Hey, what up, everyone? Walter from the Enemy Base here. I just want to take the time to thank everyone for stopping in and checking out the latest episode of the Enemy Base podcast. You can check this out as well as a lot of gaming stuff on my live stream at twitch.tv/the Enemy Base. And you can also check out the audio version of our podcast right over here. Everything's going to be rotating throughout the episode today. So do me a favor, slap a like, slap a sub. Just if you want to get notified on when any new episodes come out, that's how you do it. Anyway, glad you came in. You're coming for the mediocrity and you're staying for the comedy. Anyway, now it's time for the show.
Welcome to the Base News Network.
Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. What up, everyone? It's Walter from the Enemy Base, and we are live now on Twitch, and we are recording the latest episode of the Enemy Base podcast. I would have a number for you, but I am a terrible pro streamer, and I didn't do my research beforehand. So we're just going to go off the cuff on this. So just to get back into what we were, get back into the swing of things with the podcast. It's a, I believe the phrase is, it's a new day. Yes, it is. So the Enemy Base podcast is going through a little bit of a transition right now. We're going to be doing less multi-person podcasting. I enjoy it. It's just not the, not in the spot that I want to be at right now. Let's move this over here. There we go. That looks better. So it's just a lot easier for me to get everyone together, or it's a lot harder for me to get everybody together that's on the podcast on a single day, on a single week, and then make sure everybody is all caught up on what we want to talk about. And I could just go, man, so I just went to Burger King for lunch. God, their fries suck. Oh, wow. I could talk about this today. So that's going to be one of the things on the agenda today. Another thing that's going to be on the agenda is going to be, we're going to be talking about the new He-Man show. Well, actually, I can't even say that because technically it's not even a He-Man show. We're going to be talking about the new Masters of the Universe show. And if y'all haven't seen it yet, it's an experience. I'm not going to say it's bad. I'm just going to say it's an experience, because a lot of people are expecting a lot out of it. And I think that what people were expecting was a little off, because while Kevin Smith doesn't exactly know how to market some things, this kind of falls into it, because he's saying this is a He-Man, or this is going to be a He-Man show for He-Man fans, right? And right out the gate, and I'm going to let you guys know when there's some spoilers. I'm going to try to not get into it too hard, only because I know there are people who haven't seen the show that want to see the show. So there's a definite twist to the show that happens within like the literal first episode. And it was a great, I thought that was a great twist, having that happen. I hate saying that and just go into it, but you really can't. I think that the way that they handled this was phenomenal. It forced the writers and Kevin Smith to take things in a completely different direction, and made things kind of like go into uncharted territory. So you got to find out what happens when, like, what Skeletor was after in Castle Grayskull, which was really cool. You get expanded mythology on the Masters of the Universe, because for the longest time it was literally just He-Man. He-Man does things. He-Man has Sword of Power. Okay, cool. Where does the Sword of Power come from? Castle Grayskull. Oh, so the castle itself is magic. It's a castle. It just happens to be where the power is. Is there any mythology behind it? No. It's just a castle. And if you're an adult and you're looking back at like the 80s Masters of the Universe cartoon, you're literally going, dude, what in the hell is this? That was my problem. I thoroughly enjoyed I thoroughly liked the ability that Kevin Smith was able to Kevin Smith and the writers. Kevin Smith, I'm not really sure. I know he was the director. I don't know if he was the writer, but he had the ability to take the story where he wanted to go. There were many nods to a lot of things that were not found in the original cartoon. Um, the main antagonist in episode 3 and 4, when they go to Subternia, that was a comic exclusive character that they brought in. That was really cool. All of the past He-Men in the in Pretoria or Praeternia were a good nod, because there's like the Wonder Bread He-Man, the prototype Conan type He-Man. Like there was a lot of cool stuff. Hell, even one of the playset only um things were in Pretoria or Pretaria. It was awesome. I thoroughly enjoyed all of it. Where there's some things that were kind of like that was not good, but yeah, like for the most part it was really good. And a lot of people are getting very upset at the fact that, all right, screw it. Spoiler warning. So I'm going to give you a good 10 seconds starting right about now. And I'm telling you, if you're here past the 10 seconds, that falls on you. So, anyway. So, at the end of episode 1, He-Man dies. He-Man goes to Preternia. Well, He-Man goes. Ultimately, he ends up in Preternia. And to get to Preternia, you have to go through Subternia. Now, with all of that, we have some weird like story arcs. Like Man at Arms gets booted from the kingdom because he didn't protect Prince Adam. Tila gets pissed off at everybody because nobody knew what the fuck was going on with Prince. Nobody let her know what was going on, so rightfully so, she was pissed off, and that she kept that anger going through the entire series. Even when she came back to Man at Arms and she was like, dude, what did you do? Why didn't you tell me? And what she didn't understand was that, like, if the prince says, hey, do this, you kind of have to do it. It's like a done deal, You can't just be like, man, I can't, I'm not going to do what he told me. I'm going to tell my surrogate daughter because, she deserves to know. And if the prince goes, no, you're beat. And then you get to Preternia, and you see all the past He-Men, and that's where Prince Adam is essentially in paradise. He is in Eternia's version of the Garden of Eden. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. He can take whatever shape he wants, and instead of what every other He-Man does and takes the form of the champion's form, he's just Prince Adam. He feels more comfortable in it, so more power to you. And everyone was giving playful jabs, but everyone was like, yeah, it's his choice. If he wants to go into He-Man, he can go into He-Man. Who cares? I don't. You get to see Grayskull. You get to see all of the Kevin Smith did a great job in tying loose ends up from the original series, which is something that a lot of shows, when they redo or like pick up where the original show left off, they miss a lot of that. And that's the hard reality of it. I hate to be the bearer of bad news on this one, but a lot of these remakes really sucked. Like when Thundercats came back in 2011, that was a reimagining done right. They took the very basic premise of the 80s cartoon and turned it into something that works a lot better for 2011, where it was not the monster of the week, it was a full story told throughout the season. And that's where I think Kevin Smith got it right. And it was a lot of the things that were wrong were kind of like very basic, like so basic. Like I can't off the top of my head remember what the bad, like not even bad, but like the off kilter thing was. All of that got overshadowed by how good I thought the series went. Like the one thing that kind of irked me is you have Man at Arms that spent years taking care of Orko, right? So everyone teleports back from Preternia. Oh, by the way, as I was saying, I forgot, as I was saying before, Prince Adam just like he gives up his ability to stay in Preternia. There's no way for him to get back if he dies again. If he dies, he's worm food. Goodbye. You gave up your hero's death, your hero's glory to go back to Eternia. Okay, cool, awesome. So if he did that, if he dies again, he's boned. And spoiler, they reforged the power sword, and I was kind of expecting that Tila gets it, because Tila was the one who did all of the work to get it. And like literally anybody could become the champion of Grayskull. If you think about it, you have Skeletor, who at the end of the season, he gets the Sword of Power and he turns into Champion Skeletor. Like, this literally shows any person could be the champion. Tila could have Adam could have went, hey man, you did it, you get it. But I think doing a tease on that, right? Giving Adam the sword for about 2 minutes to bring all of the magic back to Eternia with the sword. Apparently the sword is what brings the magic to Eternia. Okay, sure, I'll roll with it. And then he goes to become He-Man, and Skeletor gets out of Evil Lynn's orb and goes, ha ha, yeah, no, you don't get that. I thought it was a really good twist. I think that there should be a lot more things like that, to be honest. I think I'm excited for season 2. And a lot of people are pissed off and not wanting to watch season 2 or season 1 part 2, whatever it is, when it comes out, because they don't like the fact that it turned into the Tila show, and based on how it ended, it's going to be more of the Tila show. And I'm okay with that, because it's not He-Man. It's not He-Man. It's not even He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. It is literally the Masters of the Universe. Like, you take the main conflict out of Skeletor and He-Man, and you actually have a good sprawling show. It's not we're not forced into the trope of the episodic "I'll get you, He-Man." Like, it doesn't matter. It really just does not matter, and people don't get it. That's what, and that's the hard part of what people do, man. Like nobody gets any of that. Like people are too hard stuck the um on the nostalgia. And don't get me wrong, I thoroughly understand it. There are some things that I feel are kind of like sacred to me. Generation 1 Transformers, untouchable. They try as they might, Hasbro cannot recapture the magic of Gen 1 Transformers. Beast Wars, very good. What happens when you make Beast Machines? Very bad. Gen 1 Transformers, probably the best of the 80s cartoons, in my opinion. Headmasters, kind of trash. What one more point I want to make before I head on to something else is you have, like, if you pay attention to the story, right? All 5 episodes so far, with the exception of like most of episode 5, because it doesn't happen this way, but through the first 4 episodes, it's literally almost beat for beat. Masters of the Universe Revelation is all, it almost follows straight in line with with Transformers the movie from '86. The hero and the villain die really early. Then everyone's on the quest to find out who the new, like, find out the path, because as far as anybody knew, there was going to be a new champion of Grayskull. There was going to be someone new, and then Adam was just like, fuck you guys, I want my sword back. And he went back to Eternia. So for all we know, if Adam didn't go back to Eternia, Teela probably would have been the new champion. Therefore, it would have been literally beat for beat the '86 Transformers movie, and people don't see the parallel to it. They only see He-Man died in the first episode, I'm done. Why? You get through one episode and you're not happy. Like, you didn't give it a chance. You didn't, what is it? You didn't like that, they had a different person in the lead. You didn't like that Teela took over the show and she was doing her thing. Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the person they voiced Teela is Sarah Michelle Gellar, and she probably got paid a lot of money to be Teela. So they weren't going to be like, hey, by the way, we're going to push you off to the side and do your thing. We're going to have you, like, front and center. So, like, sorry, Sarah Michelle Gellar is what, like, a still a big star who doesn't, when she actually does something, it means something. It's not like, she was doing Buffy and then did, I think it was I Know What You Did Last Summer, maybe. I don't know. She did a movie while she was doing Buffy and it was garbage. And after she was done with Buffy, she kind of stepped away. However, Cruel Intentions, great movie. I just want to throw that out there. Cruel Intentions is a great movie and everyone should watch it. But that's the problem with a lot of people, man. A lot of people today, they get turned off because it's not a retelling of what they know. Like, don't get me wrong, I am perfect. If you could give me a Voltron show, right? And that's another show that got, like, foobarred bad during its time at Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon did a reboot of Voltron, right? And it was so weird. It was so odd. It was all about like the Volt, like, first off, Sven came back. The Voltron Lions, every one of them could have been a head. Like the main part, every one was interchangeable. Like, people, Black Lion could have been a foot or an arm. Yellow Lion, arm or head. Like, dude, I didn't get it. But it wasn't like I didn't hate it that it tried something new. I hated that it didn't do enough for me. That was my problem. So I don't there's a lot of bad when it came to it. And while I understand that, people are gonna hate it 100%. And I'm okay with that. But my thing is, um if you're gonna hate on it, at least find a good reason outside of they took a plot twist or they took a chance with the plot that I did not see coming. If that's the problem with your view on any show, that you absolutely hate the show and you're turned off because it did something different, then you rethink it, man. Like much rather watch that than the Nickelodeon reboot of Voltron. I haven't watched the Netflix Voltron. I heard a lot of good things about it. And after watching He-Man, I'm probably going to check that out. These were better. I like those. Sorry. Before we hit record on the podcast, I was talking about the cheesy tots from Burger King, where they were really good for a while, and then like the batch I had before we recorded was absolute trash, garbage. These were actually fresh. Anyway, so overall, I think Masters of the Universe Revelation is a solid 4 out of 5, 4.5. I'll go 4.5. I'm excited to see where it goes from here. It's like a 2.5 hour sit through. It's like watching a Marvel movie from beginning to end, especially if you skip all the intros and the credits. It was definitely good. Excuse me while I chew. So, next up on the hit parade, we're going to be talking about food, because I like food. Food is good. Food is great, depending on where you get the food. So, what we're going to do during the last part of this, we are going to be talking about a near and dear topic to my heart. We are going to be talking about fast food restaurants. As Lord knows, I eat there enough. All right, we should probably take that off too. So, let's head over to okay. I had something set up. There we go. Much better. So it's working for a hot minute. So what we're going to do, we're going to move me up top. Make me just a smidge smaller. There we go. All right, so here's the tier list. We're going to plow through this as fast as I can. A little bit about each. A&W, of course, it would help if I didn't, pull the wrong thing. All right, there we go. A&W. I'm going to put C tier only because I don't remember it. I know I've had it. I just don't remember it. I know it's the root beer company. And if you don't like root beer, you're probably doing something wrong. But I just don't remember it. I know there was one in Edison, New Jersey back in the day, which is like a half an hour from where I used to live. I'm about to catch a lot of heat for this. I don't give a shit what anybody says. The Arby's roast beef sandwich is tasty as shit. Their brisket sandwich is tasty as shit. Their curly fries are amazing. Arby's can do no wrong, in my opinion. Arby's is grade A. Baja Fresh. How is Baja Fresh still around? Like, there's one about a half an hour from me, but every other one that's ever existed has died a horrible death. Like, the last time I ate there, I got sick. How is this a thing? Blimpies. Oh man, if I could just put it in between here, because it's like hair width away from being straight ass. Who am I kidding? It's ass. If you ever eaten at a Blimpies, you know exactly what imitation meat looks, tastes, and feels like. This is it. This is Blimpies. It's just as bad as Subway. At least with Blimpies, you actually get a lot of stuff on your sub, whereas with Subway, you get literally nothing. All right, so move it up to D. I just talked myself into it. Bojangles. Never been there. Want to try it. I heard a lot of good things about Bojangles. You know what? Just because I can't remember it, I'm putting it there. I'm putting A&W at don't want to. Boston Market, the rotisserie chicken is really good. However, the rest of it, let's just say go with the rotisserie chicken. Their mashed potatoes are really good. When they do the loaded mashed potatoes, those are very tasty. The sides are good. The rotisserie chicken is good. But if you go for anything else, I wouldn't. Burger King. Just like I was saying earlier. Actually, let's move that down. If it wasn't for their cheesy tots and their Chick King, it would be here. But the Chick King is really good. That sandwich, when you get it hot out the fryer, is probably fourth best chicken sandwich on the market right now. Next to, well, we'll get to it. It's like fourth best. Raising Cane's. I want to try it. Haven't been there. I don't live in the South, hence the problem. Both of these places I heard have really good fried chicken and chicken fingers, respectively. If I ever take a road trip down south, that is where I'm going to start at. What else? Next up, Carl's Jr. I've had dog food more appetizing than Carl's Jr. and Hardee's, period. Checkers is a slightly better Hardee's and Carl's Jr. Oh, God. All right. Here's the deal. I'm ranking Chick-fil-A at B. Their corporate practices and how they spend their money and give money to anti-LGBTQ companies or anti-LGBTQ religious organizations is not good, not good at all. But their food is, I mean, to be fair, just based on that, gods did make that food. But if you're not going there and getting the spicy chicken sandwich, you're doing it wrong. Chick-fil-A literally has the best spicy chicken sandwich on the market, and I define a spicy chicken sandwich as in a a chicken patty that is actually marinated in spice, seasoned in spice, coated in spice, and then fried. It's not a regular crispy chicken patty and a spicy sauce on top. No, sorry. That's not a spicy chicken sandwich. Chipotle. Eh. I think they're an overpriced version of Moe's. Moe's is better. If you don't like it, fight me. Chipotle's queso is dog shit. They haven't done anything to expand their menu or try anything new since the queso. And the queso, again, straight fucking ass. I wouldn't wish eating that queso on anybody. It tastes like freaking chalk. It has the texture of dry, like ground up chalk mixed in with water. Oh, look. Another place I've never been to that has fried chicken. Oh, look. A place that has fresh hamburgers. Now, I am only going according to Dreaded Gamer, but also at twitch.tv/Dreaded Gamer. Shout out, homie. He has talked this place up so much, and I have never heard of it before talking to him. Period. This is like a religion to this guy. And if I try it and I don't like it, I'm coming back to him and I'm throwing the burger at him. I would much rather, like, I'm always on the hunt for a good burger. And you'll come down later on in the list and see there's a lot of places that I've been to that I went to squarely for the burger. I would do that for Cookout. Anyway, Culver's. Want to try it. This is a Midwest spot. So when I go see Dole, there's one like 10 minutes from his house. I don't care if I have to walk. I'm trying it. They have good custard. They supposedly have good custard. They supposedly have great burgers. I'm gonna check it out. So, for all my West Coast homies, Del Taco. I've heard a lot of good from the wrestling podcast Going in Raw. They talk up Del Taco all the time. They to the point now where if I go to California and I don't try it, I'm going to be very sad with myself. I heard their tacos are really good. The chicken tacos I heard were really good. Really good. So, next up on the hit parade is Denny's. Let's be honest, the only reason you are going to Denny's is for food at 4 a.m. after you got out of the bar or out of the club, and you just need something in your system because you don't want to go to bed throwing up your guts. Go to Denny's, get a Grand Slam breakfast, you'll thank me later. Domino's. I'm gonna be straight with you. Out of all the chain pizza places that are out there, I think Domino's is the best one. If you've never had their thin crust pizza with the Parmesan garlic sauce and with extra cheese and bacon and pepperoni, you're doing yourself a huge disservice, and you really should try it. I think Domino's, has everything on lock. With the exception of their wings. Their wings are kind of ass. But the chicken kickers, those are really good. They had their specialty chicken. I was at my dad's house on Tuesday, and they had like a spicy like bacon pineapple specialty chicken, and I am all about that. Next up, DQ. Let's be honest. If you're I honestly didn't even know that DQ had fast food until I moved out to my current area. DQ's fast food it's a thing. Their cheese curds are really good. Burgers are chicken, ice cream on fucking point. But for everything else, it's like I have to go there when I'm specifically craving DQ food. And I'll be honest with you, that doesn't happen very often. All right, so next up, El Pollo Loco. Same thing. This has no... The wanna try have literally no rhyme or reason to where they're going. It's just so you know, it's literally just a list of places I want to try. Firehouse Subs. Respect to being founded by firemen, but if I'm not going to a like a mom and pop shop, I'm not getting a sub. Five Guys. Best burgers, period. If you never went to a Five Guys, I suggest you try it out. Their burgers are made from fresh meat, and they are very filling. Also, do not get a large fry. Get a regular fry because they will stuff the bag full of fries. So if you want a lot of fries, go for the large. If not, go for the regular. Also, Cajun fries are our best fries, period. Next up, what do we got? Does anybody ever actually go to IHOP for the food, like for like lunch or dinner, or is this another time where you go to Denny's just for, you know, the 3 a.m. I need food in my system because I drank way too much? I have never had a meal at IHOP that was better than it was food. In-N-Out Burger, of course. Actually, In-N-Out and Jack in the Box, both are West Coast spots. I would try them. I've heard a lot of bad about, I think it was Jack in the Box. I heard In-N-Out was really good. So, I'm going to try both of them. I'm pretty sure one's going to go high, one's going to go low. Jersey Mike's. Being a person from Jersey, I'll be straight up with you. It sucks. It is so terrible. Like, it's like Jersey Mike's is the... I want to say the mom and pop version of Subway. Like, you find a Jersey Mike's and you go, oh, that's nice. They have one of those here. You go in and you have it and you go, oh. Yeah. Jimmy John's. Same thing with Firehouse Subs. I just don't care enough. Subs and wraps. Ooh. Jollibee. Let's be honest. If you never had Jollibee, I feel sorry for you. Jollibee is straight up like... It's one of those things that if you don't know, you don't know. Man. Filipino fried chicken. That's all I'm going to say. If you go there, be prepared for a lot of Filipino dishes like spaghetti and hot dogs for one. Trying to think of side dishes. Like a mango blueberry pie, I think they had. Like there's a lot of stuff on there, man. Like legit. One of those places, it's one of those places though, if you go there, you're going there for a specific reason. Like, you're going there for the fried chicken because the fried chicken is on point. KFC. The only thing saving KFC right now is their chicken sandwich and their bowls. If those things did not exist, this would be way the fuck down here. But those two things are literally saving it. You know what? I'll even go one better because Burger King still sucks. What else? Little Caesars. Little Caesars. That's all I'm going to say. If you're going there expecting quality pizza, nah. So next up, fast food, seafood. No, absolutely not. The fast food, seafood is the reason why Long John Silver's does not exist in the state of New Jersey. This is a straight dumpster fire waiting to happen and a food safety lawsuit waiting to happen. I'm good. All right, McDonald's, C tier. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Their fries cannot save them from a menu that does not change ever. The newest thing that they gave us was spicy nuggets, and that was literally just adding a spice flavoring to the nuggets. It's still the chicken nuggets. It's not like they gave us anything new. It's not like in 2002 when McDonald's was doing a new taste menu where every month they were doing something fucking new. Don't get me wrong. The shit that they do, that they still do, it's okay. I missed the snack wraps. They should have brought them back by now. Thank you, pandemic. The way that the corporate makes McDonald's franchisers run their businesses is obscene. And I'm being completely biased on this one. Their food is like, if you guys knew how McDonald's made their food, odds are you probably would not eat there anymore. Any McDonald's fan would run. They would run fucking fast. I'm sorry, but the food that they do have is good. Just don't expect anything new ever. You know what? I'm going to put that here. Moe's. There's nothing better than a Moe's burrito with adobo chicken, white meat chicken, cilantro lime rice, queso, like heaping handfuls of shredded cheese, extra sour cream, and their corn salsa. Holy shit, I'm in heaven. I am in goddamn heaven. Noodles and Company. I had it one time when it was in Monmouth Mall. There's a reason why it lasted 6 months. There's a reason why it lasted 6 months in a mall. Nothing should last only 6 months in a mall. Panda Express. Chinese fast food. Need I say more? Nothing good. Nothing good. Panera, I don't have anything bad to say about Panera. The only good thing I have to say about Panera is if you're on the road a lot and you're around Paneras all the time, they have a $10 program where you get free iced coffee, or either free hot coffee or free iced coffee. You get one every 4 hours. I used to do this one, and let me tell you, there were points that I was just going to Panera just to get the free coffee and leaving. Yeah, I made the most out of that. It was also bad for my health. Papa John's. Fuck Papa John's. Pizza's ass. Papa John's ass. Just ass. Sorry, let me move that up one. I put it on the wrong one. PDQ. I heard of it. I heard it was very good chicken. I'd try it. Fuck it. Penn Station East Coast Subs. C, Firehouse Subs, and Jimmy John's. Pizza Hut. The only thing saving Pizza Hut, in my opinion, is their stuffed crust pizza. There's nothing else worth going to. Popeyes. The best chicken sandwich, not the best spicy chicken sandwich. Panda, what did we tell you, homie? You need to not you need to not do that. That's kind of bad for you. I was living your life for a while. That is not good for you. Trust me. Anyway, so Popeyes, the best crispy chicken sandwich out there right now. It is worth the hype. The spicy chicken sandwich is not a spicy chicken sandwich because all they do is put a spicy mayo on it. Fuck that. It ain't a spicy mayo. It ain't a spicy chicken sandwich. The fried chicken is on point. Most of their sides are on point. The only thing that I don't like is their French fries because they're gross. Portillo's, never heard of it. Don't want to go. Actually, that actually can go to. I've never heard of it before. Look at that. Dude, let me tell you, I am going, after I finish this podcast, I'm going to be making myself some coffee. I have my French press ready to go. It is going to be a fun time. Fun time. All right. Potbelly Sandwich Shop. Never heard of that. Qdoba. I've never been to a Qdoba. If I did, I don't remember it. Quiznos, you're dead. Roy Rogers, their chicken's good. Their burgers are okay. Roast beef sandwiches are But if you're going to Roy Rogers and you're getting anything other than their fried chicken, you're probably doing it wrong. The fried chicken, their fried chicken is on point. It's not as good as Popeyes, but it's on point. It's good. Sbarro. Oh my God. If you've ever been to a mall ever, if you've ever been to New York, you know Sbarro. This shit is straight terrible. Terrible. Don't ever eat here. It is the absolute worst. Schlotsky's? Never heard of it. Shake Shack. I'll go tail end of God tier. Their burgers are phenomenal. The chicken tenders or chicken nuggets are phenomenal. Well, it's simple. I've actually enjoyed Denny's Grand Slam breakfast. Carl's Jr. is straight garbage. Carl's Jr. and Hardee's are the absolute worst. Do you actually enjoy Hardee's and Carl's Jr.? Like, straight ass is literally places where I've gone and I've never had a good meal. Denny's, I enjoy their Grand Slam breakfast. It is good. Anyway, Sheetz. When we go to like Wawa's and Sheetz and Quick Checks of the world, Sheetz is God tier. Period. If you've ever eaten at a Sheetz, you know. If you know, you know. Sheetz is awesome. I found out that there was a Sheetz when my girlfriend and I went to Hershey, PA, literally across from the hotel we were staying at, and I ate there two out of the 4 dinners we were there for. It would have been 3 out of the 4, but we had to go out to a nice dinner when we were out. So, womp womp. Skyline Chili. Never heard of it. Sonic. Meh. Their slushies are good. Some of their sides are good. The burgers are ass. Hot dogs are okay. The chili cheese tots, they're good. I like those. Like I'm not going to Sonic specifically for Sonic unless I have a huge craving for it. It's not like I'm gonna go. It's not like I'm gonna go to my girlfriend. Hey, what do you want to do for dinner tonight? I don't know. Popeyes? Okay. It's like I got to be specifically craving Sonic food, and that does not happen often. Steak and Shake. I had one thing there one time, and it was a vanilla milkshake. The Steak and Shake used to be about 10 minutes from where my girlfriend used to live. So I got one, went to her house. Within 10 minutes, my stomach was dying and I was bent over the toilet just yakking. Nah, homie. If you can't get your shakes right, I'm not going to be trying your burgers. Sorry. Self-explanatory. It's terrible. Never heard of Swenson's? Taco Bell, let's be honest. They have an ever-present rotating menu. The stuff that they do is tasty. The how they make their food is somewhat questionable, let's be honest. What else? There's nothing bad from Taco Bell, in my opinion. Except for Baja Blast, but that doesn't count. That's a drink. And it's not made by Taco Bell. I would much rather... I eat at Taco Bell more often than I do most of the other places on this list so far. Just because it's easy to get to, easy to order, and you're out. And open till 2 a.m. or later most nights. Let's see. Taco Cabana, Torchy's Tacos. Both are the same thing. I have no idea who they are, what they are, where they are. Waffle House. I've heard of them. I don't want to go to one. All right, Panda. So I know you're from Jersey. I know you've had Wawa food before. So I'm going to do something and I want to know if you agree with it. Let's be honest. If you've had any of the Wawa food and you say that their food is actually good, I got a question. I got a question for you. And that question is, did your mom not know how to cook? Did your dad not know how to grill? Do you not know how to make your own sandwiches? This shit is ass. I would much rather go to a Quick Check than Wawa for food. Because at least Quick Check has decent sides and awesome soup. Wawa does not. That's fair. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, with Wawa, like, I handle Wawa more as a convenience store because that's what it was. Oh, sorry. Had a mean stretch. Wawa started out as a convenience store before a gas station. And when they were a convenience store, they had like the sandwich bar and coffee bar and all that. Then they expanded out to gas stations. But like I can't get behind anybody who says Wawa is good food. I can't do it. They ain't no sheets. Wendy's. When they actually get your order right, this is God tier. But the fact that you have to flip a coin and hope that they get the order right, kind of problematic. So there's a Wendy's that used to be around the corner from an old job of mine. And I would get off of work at like 11:30. I would drive to the Wendy's, get some food, or order some food. And I'm very illicit in my order. Can I please get a double Baconator meal, large, with a cherry vanilla Coke? What? Sure. Okay. I get to the first window. Hey, I just want to make sure because your speaker's an absolute dumpster fire. I got a double Baconator meal, large with a cherry vanilla Coke, and whatever the rest of the stuff is. Yes, sir. Okay, cool. They give me the receipt, and it says everything's right. I go to the next window. I go, and I go home. I go to open up my food, and instead of a Baconator meal, I get like a jalapeno cheddar chicken sandwich. And this happened 4 times in a row. So at 11 o'clock midnight, when I get out of work and I go there, the lobby's closed, so I can't go in. So I'm beat, you know? And the management at that Wendy's is bad. The management at most Wendy's is pretty bad. And the Wendy's is like, if you can't get an order like a double Baconator meal right, you're pretty bad. But when you do get the right order, the food is phenomenal. Even with the sandwich I didn't order, the jalapeno cheddar chicken sandwich was really good. Or whatever the jalapeno chicken sandwich was. Whataburger. I would like to try it one day. White Castle. Let's be honest. You're only going to cure a hangover. Let's be honest. White Castle burgers are not what I would call good. They're there to serve a purpose. They're there to make sure that your hangover is not fierce. However, their mozzarella sticks and their chicken rings are on point. So you know what? I'll move them up to C tier. Wiener Schnitzel. I've heard of the dish, just not the restaurant. Wings Over. Never even heard of it. Wingstop, straight ass. If you're going for wings, there are much better places. Wingstop cannot, will not, and they refuse to get your order right. Period. Zaxby's. I heard of it. Never tried it, but I heard of it. So that's the tier list. I'll be posting this up on YouTube, or not YouTube. Well, it'll be going up on YouTube tomorrow, but I'll post the actual tier list up on Twitter. I'll download the picture and all that. So anyway, that's enough for me for today. Thank you everyone for coming through. I will, for people who are live, stick around. I'm going to be doing a case opening of the new Magic set. Dungeons & Dragons Adventures into the Forgotten Realms. That's going to be happening directly after I hit end on all of my recording software and hardware. And I will catch you all later. Peace, guys.